Hello everyone, my name is Julie, and today we're back with another long-form reading journal update. I honestly didn't think I'd have enough updating to make like a full long-form video of this. I'm like, it's gonna be a small long-form video, but then I ended up finishing the third book in the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy because it was so quick. So I was like, oh, well now I have 3 books to update instead of 2 and a manga volume. So I was like, you know what, let's make the long-form video because that's what the people want to see. You guys seem to really enjoy these long-form journal updates, and I enjoy making them as well. I love honestly sitting down and doing a long journaling session. It's very satisfying. I will stop my rambling and we'll get right into the journal updates. I hope you guys enjoy. Real quick disclaimer, I'm so sorry about the sound of the rain. I would film this at a later time, but it's supposed to rain not just all day, but all week. So we'll just consider it a very relaxing rain sound. Yeah, the gutters are not sounding great, but you know, none of my business. Let's do a bit of a mid-year check-in, starting with my reading goals. I've only started 1 new manga. I have Death Note Volume 1 out from the library. Haven't started it yet, but that'll be the second one I start. I've read 2 classics so far. I have been keeping up with my 1 history nonfiction per month. Definitely on track to do the 150 books total. Probably gonna surpass that actually. Been updating my reading journal, maintaining my booktube channel, and on track for this as well. So looking great here. Everything's going well. Let's go and look at my best book spread for June. My best book, to I think nobody's surprise, was Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder. I don't know, right book, right time kind of feeling, because I really thoroughly enjoyed it, even though it's just like an old 2000s fantasy book. Another standout was Discontent. That was a really great fiction book I read at the beginning of the month. Just very short and sweet, very funny, weird girl lit type thing. So yeah, I would recommend both of those, but of course Poison Study is the winner this month. For my monthly tracker, we are going to add 3 additional books to my tracker for this update, and we're using the shade 4, which I have right here. And you'll see very shortly what those 3 books are. So we're ending the month with 14 total books read. I feel like I had a pretty decent reading month. I definitely did not finish my TBR by any means, but I feel like I was enjoying almost everything I was reading, which is always a good sign. I just maybe felt like I was reading things a little bit slower. Like I was reading a lot of books at once, but not finishing a lot of books. Okay, so 14 total books. Let's move on to my bookshelf spread. So the 3 books we're going to add are Silver Elite by Danny Francis, Will Always Have Summer by Jenny Han, and Yona of the Dawn Volume 16. So we have a fantasy, romance, and manga. Look at those beautiful colors together. I love it. In my reading log, we'll add both Silver Elite and Will Always Have Summer. And then Yona of the Dawn will add to my manga log. Let's go ahead and color in the days we finished a book. So we finished Silver Elite on the 26th. Will Always Have Summer on the 28th. And Yona of the Dawn on the 30th. I always feel like I finish up a manga volume on the last day of the month. I don't know, just like to kind of wrap things up. In my series tracker, we'll add a section for Silver Elite, since I think it's supposed to be a trilogy, so we'll add 3 boxes there and have the first one colored in since we read Silver Elite. Broken Dove is thankfully already out, so I'm going to try to read that sooner rather than later. I feel like some of these series I want to read, but I also am scared because I waited too long and now I don't think I'm going to remember like the finer details. So I'm going to try to be better about reading series in quicker succession. It just makes more sense, I feel, for like the reading experience. It just makes it easier, more fun. I don't know why I always put it off. I don't know, I get scared. I don't know. So Silver Elite is book 1. We finished that. And Broken Dove is out, but I have not read that. And let me just double check to see what this series is called. It's probably just called Silver Elite, but so according to GoodReads, the series is just called Silver Elite, so we'll just write that in as well. It looks good. Oh, silly me, we also have to color in We'll Always Have Summer. Almost forgot about that. But we are finishing out a series. Okay, good for me. This book, oh god, I don't want to hate on it, but this series is so silly. But I'm glad to be done with it. It's very summery, albeit very silly. Okay, moving right along. Here in my alphabet challenge, I think I can only cross off one thing, and that's for the author alphabet challenge. We can do F for Danny Francis, whoever that is. I don't know, has that author ever revealed themselves? I don't think so. Okay, in my author gender, we're gonna do 3 female authors. I mean, I'm fairly certain Danny Francis is a female author, even though their pen name is still anonymous. So that's nice. We'll just do 1, 2, 3, finishing out a 3rd row for female authors. I guess that's just the type of author I gravitate towards. All 3 of the books, of course, were also fiction. I swear I read nonfiction, just not as often as I would like to. In Book Tetris, we'll add both a fantasy block and a romance block. It's definitely been a while since I've done a romance one, so that's pretty exciting. We'll add a fantasy block here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And romance we'll do here. Looks great. Let's carry on, and nothing for my 2026 TBR, but let's do my trackers. So same as before, a fantasy, romance, and manga. And then we'll do 1 in the 100 page range, 1 in the 300 page range, and 1 in the 500 page range. In my rating tracker, I rated Silver Elite at 4.5 stars. I rated Will Always Have Summer a 2.5 stars. Yeah, sorry. Definitely not the target audience. And Yona of the Dawn, Volume 16, I rated 4 stars. In my binding tracker, I read my manga volume as a paperback, Silver Elite as a hardcover, and Will Always Have Summer as a Kindle read from Libby, because I fear I would never spend money on that series unless I was 12, which I am more than double that, so. In my manga reading log, we'll add in Yona of the Dawn. And let's color this in. In Book Bingo, we are going to color in the title for Silver Elite. In Genre Bingo, we are going to color in Young Adult for Will Always Have Summer. And not that it means anything, but I did get a bingo, so that's pretty exciting. Good for me. To be fair, I also got one here, but I mean, the goal is not to get bingo, the goal is to fill it all in. Yay, tracking pages, everyone's favorite part. As per usual, I've got all of my stats over here, so I'm just gonna write them in and chat a little bit about them with you. In my library TBR, which I say this every time, is just a note in my phone that is books I want to take out from the library. It's still 86. I took out books from the library, but none of the ones that were in my notes, so plus minus 0. My Libby TBR is 72 still. I added 1 book, but I also read 1 book, so win-win. +1, -1. In my GoodReads TBR, we did some damage. It is up to 140. I added 16 books. I went on a bit of a rampage, but I also read 8 of my books from my GoodReads TBR, so I mean, we added double the amount that we read, so that's fine. And my physical TBR is still 65 because I read 3, but I also brought in 3. After I read Poison Study, I bought the next 2 books in the series, Magic Study and Fire Study, and then I also got sent a book from Tor Publishing Group. They sent me Call Me Traitor, which I'm very appreciative for, but yeah. No changes. So yes, unfortunately, my total has once again gone up to 363, which is a +8 change. Yeah, I think I'm gonna maybe rework this page next year to have it like a TBR balancing type of thing where I kind of write in each time I read or take in a physical book. I think just for future reference, I'm thinking about doing something different next year. Monthly stats, similar, but not the same. I read 3 books from my physical TBR. Yeah, did not do very well with my TBR. I read an audiobook, 3 books off of Libby, 4 books from my library, 3 ARCs, and 0 books from my Kindle. Wow, I have not bought anything on Kindle all year because I just will take them out from Libby from my library. So total, that was 14 books and 5,014 pages. Just kind of crazy because I feel like I was reading a lot of shorter books this month, but I don't know, that's just how the math worked out. In my summer TBR, we can cross off We'll Always Have Summer. In my best book bracket, we're gonna add in Poison Study for June. Which is where my bracket gets a little bit confusing because I will be picking Poison Study against Hero of Ages. They're going to be up against each other again, and I'm going to choose Hero of Ages, which I know makes no sense. I can't explain to you my logic that in this competition, Poison Study won, but in this competition, the same competition, the Hero of Ages is going to win. My only explanation is that this first bracket is a bit more casual, and like recency bias wins out Poison Study, but in the second bracket is more about like general goodness, which is better, which I think the Hero of Ages definitely has to win because it's just objectively a better book. So that will be my sad little explanation is vibes versus objectivity. Round 1 vibes, round 2 objectivity. I'm not going to make this decision yet. I'm not ready to commit to that. Maybe next month. Maybe next month I'll be ready. Okay, we have my publication tracker. Silver Elite was published in 2025. We'll Always Have Summer was published in 2011. And Yona of the Dawn Volume 16 was published in 2016. So we'll do 2 for the 2010s, 1 for the 2020s. And then we'll go to my TBR page for June. Excellent. Like I was saying, I did not do a great job here. The only one I can cross off is Silver Elite. Dragonfly and Amber, I made it about 100 pages in, and that's like a 700-page book, so I didn't want to rush through it. I would rather just like casually read it throughout July, even August if I feel necessary. Forget Me Not, I never even picked up, didn't even have a chance. Nowhere Burning is my in-person book club's pick. It's just me and 2 friends, and none of us finished the book, so I don't feel bad about it. I'm almost done with it now. Not perfect, definitely not perfect, but whatever. Let's fill in our stats. Starting with 14 total books across 8 different genres. So we have 4 fiction books, 1 sci-fi, 1 historical fiction, 2 manga, 1 nonfiction, 3 fantasy, 1 classic, and 1 romance. I had an average star rating of 3.85, just a little bit below 4 stars. That's not terrible. I completed 75% of my TBR. I used to be so good at finishing my TBRs, and I don't know. I think I get overzealous with making them now, and I just don't stick to them as much. And then, of course, I read 5,014 pages. So, not terrible, not great. If you want to do a quick look at my reads, there you go. And now let's go in and fill out my 3 final reads. summer, I'm just gonna do my stats. BRB. I just finished filling in all of my stats. I'm going to try to do the little summaries after. I also wanted to bring out my summer reading challenge. This is for my summer TBR video, and I just wanted to color in the summer in the title block for We'll Always Have Summer. So I'm gonna get my blue highlighter. And I probably could fill in a couple more of these, but I just don't feel like they're perfect fits. Like I was thinking Going Over the Dawn I could do as a translated novel, but since it's not really a novel, it's more like a manga, that doesn't really feel like it counts for me. And then I was thinking I could do Lolita for a translated novel since, you know, Vladimir Nabokov is obviously Russian, but then I found out that he actually originally wrote the book in English, so I can't even do it for that one. But I'll keep updating you once I fill out a couple more of these. Let me write in We'll Always Have Summer